Hey, this is Damon Nelson with VidPenguin, and I wanted to show you InstaThumbnails. I started using this a couple weeks ago. I really like it. InstaThumbnail is really fast, and it's got some pre-made filters in there that I like, and I can actually create a thumbnail for my videos a lot quicker than loading them into Photoshop or into Fireworks. So anyway, I want to show you real quick how to create a few thumbnails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab me a video here, go back to my channel here, and I'll just grab any video, and we'll go back to InstaThumbnail, paste it in here, and I'll go ahead and hit play. So try to get an expressive face in here. And so anyway, there's a shot. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, and I'm gonna choose a filter. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to set this thing off as being completely different. So let's see what it looks like with different colors on there, and I'll show you when I do the different colors. I can even do an old-timey clip. This is what it looks like without any filters, or I can do a black and white. But I've got an idea of what I want to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to choose the yellow, and I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to do a image in there. And this is the neat thing. You can go to Icon Finder, and I'm going to press play, and it's going to go out and find all these icons for you that you can use, and they're common license, so you can use any of them in here. And I'm just going to snag one right here. And just to give it a little bit different look, what I'm going to do is, and this is the neat thing, you can just kind of play around with it and place it wherever you want. And now this is where you blend it in, is you can bring it back into alpha mode here. This just hides the transparency. Let's get my book in there. Yeah, we'll get that. And let's just add another image. And you can bring in your own images if you want. Let's do mouse. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another little image, and let's grab the arrow and select it. And now here's where I'm going to put the power words in here. I'm just going to hit Control A. And once you have that, then you can move that around wherever you want. And let's change the stroke of it. Make it about 22. So best thing to do is just highlight it here and make it 32. And I'm going to add a stroke to it and put a shadow. And what that does is it makes it really, really dark that way. So I'm going to highlight it, make my font color white. See how it pops? And what you want to do is sometimes you'll want to put a shape right behind it, just to make those words come out just a little bit more. And I'm going to do this, send it back, and I'm going to push that up just a little bit, and let's make the font a little bit bigger. So I'll highlight it again inside, and I'm going to push it up to about 40. So now my box is a little bit bigger, but that's okay, because here's what we're going to do. We'll make this box a little bit bigger just by And you can change the color of the box too. So I'll make it a little bit darker gray, but I'm going to change the alpha. So see how it just it highlights just a little bit to bring your attention to this. That's all there is to it. I'm going to add some more text. Always the marketing, so I'm trying to get some marketing in here. So I'm going to, and you could change the font too if you want. And I'm going to make this Arial black, and let's push this up to about 44. And I'll push this up here. I'm going to hit. I'm going to put a little text behind, a little highlight behind that. So I'm going to do a rectangle again. But this time I'm going to change the color around. I'm actually going to see what blue looks like. Okay. Now, the reason for doing all this is you want to get attention. Now, if you want to compare it, you can always start over. Place your video again in here. There we go. Choose filter, and this time I'm just going to go old-timey with it. And I'm going to hit next. And if you want to, you can even do some neat stuff with a circle just to highlight something on the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do blue, and I'm going to change the alpha. So anyway, I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to make it 32. I'm going to use a stroke, use a shadow, and I'm going to make it white. And I'm also going to choose Arial black. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to add some more text in here. And this just gives a little curiosity. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go back to my Arial black. Post that there, add a stroke, add a shadow, and now what I want to do with this put it right here, but you see how it's white on white. I don't want that, so I'm going to actually add a shape right behind it. And notice I still have VidPenguin down here, but I want to put this box just right below my purple here. and I'm going to change the color just to offset it. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to my basic color schemes that attract attention, which are yellows, blues, and reds. So I've got, this is a purple, which also works to attract attention. Okay, so I could actually do this, is add a new image, and let's call it a question mark, because what is outlaw? So I'm just going to grab this. Oh, I got a penguin in here too. So of course we have to use the penguin. And we'll put him like right here. Okay, so I'm happy with this right now. Actually, I want him to show up a little bit more, so let's put him in a circle. Just by changing the alpha a little bit, and we're going to make it red. So this evokes some curiosity, and I got some primary colors to draw the attention, and what you're looking at is what goes in a little thumbnail and the words that you use to actually draw attention. So I'm going to save that. Okay, and I'm going to do one more, and this time I'm going to just search something. So search a video on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at models. Okay, here's a photo shoot modeling tips. So when would you use this? Well, the trick to it is you may want a custom thumbnail that you don't have to actually have it framed out of your own video. So you may want to find something that you can frame from another video that's good looking, that will attract the attention to get the click. The number one rule in InstaThumbnail is to get the click and get them to watch the video. So give them something that attracts attention. What? Okay, there's a good shot. So I'm going to highlight her. I'm going to choose a filter, and let's do a little grunge. Let's do, actually, I like the grunge look there. Hit next. And I always like to put a circle around the headshot. And send it to the back. And let's highlight it with it. Let's give it a little yellow look here. Let's try maybe a red. Okay, and I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. And what I'm trying to do is just highlight just enough to catch the eye on a thumbnail. And of course, I come into my text here, and I'm going to write in here, and we've got it highlighted. And let's choose a different font. just to show you that we've got a whole bunch of fonts in here to use. And we'll make it a white background. Give it a stroke, and I always like to use my shadow. And the font size, we'll bump it up to 60 and give the stroke width a little bit. So that's all we need there. And the neat thing is you can rotate this. So let's give it a corner angle here. Give it a little bit more rotation. I may have to make the font a little bit smaller to get it to fit in an angle like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new shape. Make it a rectangle. Just as a background, just to give it a little bit of highlighting. And send it back. Let's rotate it around to match up. There we go. And let's give it a bright yellow here. So that looks pretty good. You can tell it's not a lot of work to do this. So I'm going to add one call to action in here, and I think we'll be done. So I'm going to save that image. Now, again, you can use this for anything you want. I like it because I'm using it for videos, and this is just the thumbnail that's in the search rankings. So it's going to be a lot smaller. So what you're looking for are primary colors. You're looking for shapes. You're looking for a pretty face, not mine, but something like this to attract attention. If you can pull it from your own video, that's great. But if you can't, just use one of these. I mean, this is really easy to use. Now, is it as sophisticated as Snagit or Fireworks or Photoshop? No, it's not. It's just, it's there to be quick, and you can play around with it. But this image is ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to upload it real quick. So what I would do is I'd come back over here. There's my crazy shot there, and I'm going to add a custom thumbnail. Let's see what this looks like. Save changes. So where you would see it is anytime you're looking for, I'm going to go back to my videos here. Tell me when you see my video here. Out of all this yellow actually shows up pretty good. So it brings the curiosity of your eyes down to it. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the click. So if it's in a Google ranking, it's just like Facebook is. The ads on the right hand side, they don't get your attention unless they stand out. And in the timeline, they have to stand out. So what we're doing with our Google rankings is we're putting a custom thumbnail that stands out. This is a tool I really like. It's called InstaThumbnail.